You ever stop and think about how the world works? Not the big philosophical stuff, but the nuts and bolts of it all. The roads we drive on, the buildings we work in, the homes we sleep in. They don't just magically appear. Someone has to build them. And that someone, more often than not, is at the mercy of something they can't control: the weather. We all know that a rainy day can mess up a weekend barbecue, but imagine what a whole season of freezing temperatures can do to a multi-million-dollar construction project. It's a massive global dance between progress and the planet, a push and pull that happens every single year, but not in the way you might think. It's easy to forget, sitting here on October 6, 2025, with the chill starting to creep in, that our reality isn't everyone's reality. Half the world is winding down, while the other half is ramping up. This isn't just a fun fact for your next trivia night. It's the fundamental rhythm that governs one of the biggest industries on Earth. While folks in Chicago, Toronto, Moscow are starting to bundle up and brace for the cold, somewhere else, someone is just getting started. The very same job can look completely different depending on which side of the equator you're standing on. One side is putting the tools away, and the other is just breaking them out. This divide is the engine behind a massive seasonal shift in the construction world. As the days get shorter and the mercury drops in the northern hemisphere, the big outdoor jobs start to get tricky. You can't just pour concrete or lay asphalt when it's below freezing and expect it to work. The ground gets hard, the materials get brittle, and the safety of the crew becomes a huge concern. So, the industry has to adapt. It has to get creative. It has to find a way to keep the lights on and the paychecks coming, even when Mother Nature is telling everyone to go home and hibernate until spring. Meanwhile, on the flip side of the globe, the story is the complete opposite. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the real science of why the cold is such a deal-breaker. It all comes down to the materials: concrete, steel. Both have a serious problem with freezing temperatures. Concrete doesn't dry like paint, it cures. Curing is a chemical reaction where water reacts with cement to form crystals. That hydration needs liquid water, and it also needs warmth. Pour concrete below 40 degrees, 5 degrees Celsius, and the reaction slows to a crawl. Drop below freezing and the mixed water turns to ice. Frozen water expands about 9%. That expansion creates tiny pockets and cracks before strength develops. Result: a weak, brittle slab. Surface may look fine, but it's structurally compromised. Like baking a cake and having it freeze halfway through. Sidewalk? Expensive mistake. Skyscraper foundation? Catastrophe. Contractors can use special additives in the mix. They can heat the water and sand before mixing. They can cover fresh concrete with insulated blankets. They can pump hot air underneath to make a warm microclimate. So if the big outdoor jobs are on hold, do all these skilled tradespeople just pack it in and go ice fishing for 3 months? Not a chance. The construction industry is nothing if not resourceful. The work doesn't stop, it just moves indoors. This is the season of the great indoor shuffle, where focus shifts from new structures to finishing and improving what's already standing. While the ground outside is frozen solid, the inside of a building is a blank canvas, a controlled environment where weather doesn't matter. It's time for interior finishing renovation system upgrades. For buildings enclosed before the deep freeze, with walls and a roof, winter turns into intense interior work. Electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, running wires, pipes, ductwork through the skeletal frame. Drywall crews hanging and finishing wallboard. Then painters, flooring installers, cabinet makers, trim carpenters. Now, let's pack our bags and take a trip to the other side of the planet. While the northern hemisphere is dealing with snow and ice, the southern hemisphere is basking in the sunshine. Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Brazil, Argentina, Chile. For their construction industries, this isn't a time for slowing down. It's the exact opposite. This is the moment they've been waiting for. It's the start of the construction boom, the busiest and most productive time of the year. Think of it as a complete inversion of what we see up north. Long days, warm temperatures, dry conditions. The ground is soft and easy to excavate. Concrete cures perfectly without any expensive additives or heating blankets. Asphalt can be laid down smoothly and efficiently on endless new roads and highways. The crews can work longer hours in safe conditions. Productivity goes through the roof. Governments kick off big public projects. Private developers launch major builds. Let's zoom in on a couple of real-world examples to paint a clearer picture of this southern boom. Imagine you're in Cape Town, South Africa in January. The sun is high, Table Mountain is clear, and the city is buzzing. This is when you'd see work accelerating on a project like the expansion of the city's port, dredging the harbor, building new container terminals, laying down acres of reinforced concrete. A northern winter would make this job a logistical nightmare, but in the South African summer, the crews can make incredible progress. They ensure the port is ready to handle more ships and boost the country's economy. Simultaneously, the city is probably seeing a surge in residential construction. Developers use the summer to get foundations poured, frames put up for new apartment complexes and homes along the coast. The reliable weather allows them to plan with a level of certainty that a contractor in, say, Boston, could only dream of in January. The goal? Get as many buildings enclosed before the wetter, cooler winter arrives mid-year. It's a race against their own seasonal clock, run in the sunshine. Now, let's hop over to Latin America. In Buenos Aires, December marks the start of summer and a major push on public infrastructure. Think subte expansion, the city's subway system, tunneling,